Hello and welcome back to IMAGI-NATION TV, week 17, episode 79, as we continue to explore the theme of brave goals. Today we have such a great show. It's our AIME Alumni. I'm really happy and excited to be hosting today and honoured as an AIME Alumni myself. So today we have Allana, Giselle, Shavinah, I got that right, and Imogen on the show. So I really look forward to hearing from them very soon. Yesterday we had on Sienna and Sasha talking about brave goals and the goals that they've set for themselves and for their organisations, and really led that conversation talking about those brave goals. I guess for me, brave goals is setting those next level, really big goals that you kind of limit yourself. I'm really good at putting myself in a bubble and just only thinking that I can achieve this much. So brave goals for me is stepping outside that bubble and really going for the big goals. We also have a great wizard. I'm really looking forward to watching her video today. So we've got Jade, I always say Simmons, but it's Simons. Or is it? I don't know. Let's ask her after the show. Who will be sharing the knowledge of wizardry and drawing portraits.
Hi all, my name's Jade and I'm the University of Sydney Program Team Manager. However, beyond that, I'm a huge ancient history nerd and you'll find me in the ocean most of the time. Today though, I'm going to be your art wizard. So I thought to top off this segment with my trusty little sidekick Kuchin here, I'm going to teach you the proportions of a face when drawing. So the first thing that we're going to do is do the actual shape of the face, and as you'll notice, the bottom is more narrow than the top. So you want to have an almost egg-like shape rather than an oval. So if we draw that here, we go, that looks all right. And then what we're going to do is break that in half and then half again. And then we're going to break up those halves into halves as well. So just do a little dash about halfway along, about halfway down as well. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put the eyes on. So we break off this line into 5 different segments. 1, 2, there we go, about equal apart. And then as you'll see, there's almost an eye length in between here. So on that line, we put our eyes in, and that's the first thing. And people have different shaped eyes. So often you can have an almond shape, you can have a wider, more oval shape. The next thing that we're going to do is put the nose in. So as you can kind of start to see the formulation. So the nose will lie here. So we're just going to draw that nose on, see how we go. Brilliant. The next thing that we're going to do, if we extend that line out where the nose ended a little bit, we're going to draw on the ears. So if you'll notice, my ears go from my eyes to the bottom of my nostrils. And there's another ear, perfect. And then we're going to split it in this bottom segment in half again. So if we do a line there to create it in half, and you'll notice that this is where the mouth now goes. So if we also go to the middle of the eyes where the pupils would be, so let's say that's where the pupil would go, you extend that all the way down, I draw in straight kind of, and this is where the mouth goes out as far too. So as you can see, here are my eyes going down the pupils, that reaches the edge of my mouth. So our mouth would be extended out that far. Now the next thing, which is kind of deceptive, we don't really notice this about people. Our hairline doesn't start up here. Our hairline actually starts halfway down our face. So this is where the hairline comes in. So again, we kind of decide which way it goes, create some volume. That doesn't look like a very brilliant picture, does it? It kind of looks quite horrifying. But essentially, these are the proportions of a face, and the human body is 7 to 8 face lengths long. So normally what I do when I'm creating a whole body portrait, I'll hold up my pen to someone's face and I'll kind of figure out the distance between the top of their head to the bottom of their head, and then that height 8 times down is how tall a person actually is. I hope this kind of gives you a little bit of artistic inspiration. Again, reach out if anyone wants to do any type of art or create anything with us at AIME. I'd be very happy to be involved in that. Bye.
That was super awesome seeing Jade in a different light. I never actually knew that she could draw, and I work with her every day. So that's really, really cool to see that different side. And there's lots of love coming in. Katarina saying, yes, Jade, and Bobby's like, make it seem so simple, Jade. I will definitely have to be taking some tips from you very soon. I can always get one eye like really, really stunning, and then the rest of the face just looks horrible. So I'll hit you up after the show. We are now going to go to our 60-second challenge, and we're going to do it with our whole panel today. So ladies, how are we? Are we all good?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. I want to say the introductions for just after this, but we're going to go straight into the 60-second challenge, and I will just flick it to each of you as we do it. Is that all right? Awesome. Okay, we're going to start 60 seconds now. Allana, what's your idea of the perfect happiness?
I reckon just enjoy yourself and just go with the flow.
Giselle, if you could if you were to die and come back as one person or thing, what would it be?
A leader.
Awesome. Shavinah, what's your greatest fear?
Ooh, cockroaches.
Imogen, on what occasion are you out of your comfort zone?
In really, really, really big groups.
Awesome. Allana, I lost my... What's your current state of mind?
Nervous.
Giselle, who are your favourite writers?
I like Harper Lee and also Bruce Pascoe.
Awesome, awesome. Shavinah, what is the best question you've ever been asked?
Ooh. I don't know. I don't think I have the best question I've ever been asked.
And we ran out of time, but I'm going to ask Imogen one more. When are you the most happiest?
When I'm with my friends and my family.
Awesome, that's really, really great. Well, thank you for taking on that 60-second challenge. It was a bit of a failure time for me as I was like reading through the multiple, like we've got so many questions on screen. So thank you for being patient with me. I'd love for everyone to introduce themselves. So Allana, would you like to start?
Yeah, so I'm Allana Carrigy. I'm a Torres Strait Islander, so I come from Thursday Island, which is above Queensland. I graduated Year 12 last year. I'm now in Diploma of Interior Design, first year at RMIT. I've sort of, explored like different places of hospitality and hairdressing, but I found that interior design was like the best path that I wanted to continue with.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing with us. Giselle.
Hi, I'm Giselle Kilner Parmenter. I'm a proud Gumbaynggirr woman. I grew up on the Gold Coast. I graduated high school in 2016 and then went on to study a Bachelor of Laws at Bond University. I was a mentee in the AIME program at Bond as well, so it was good. I kind of knew the area quite well. I graduated uni last year and I moved to Perth in February this year to start a grad role.
Thank you for sharing. Shavinah?
Hi, my name's Shavinah Mann. I'm a proud Darumbal woman from North Queensland. I graduated last year and I'm currently studying a bachelor degree in criminology, which I enjoy. And I'm also working on some new music. And yeah.
Yeah, I heard that you might be coming on the show in a couple of weeks to share that new music. I'm looking forward to it. Imogen?
I'm a Kalkadoon woman, but I live on Darawal country in southwest Sydney. I graduated high school in 2018 and was with the AIME program from probably like year 8 or year 9. I'm now at Sydney Uni studying speech pathology and I'm in my second year.
Thank you all for sharing. I think it's really great to have an alumni episode where we get all of us to come back together and share what we've been doing since we left AIME. It sounds like everyone's doing such different things. I'd like to just ask the first question. As I said at the top, the theme for this week is brave goals. So, Allana, what does brave goals mean to you?
Probably just getting out of your comfort zone and trying to make your bubble a bit bigger than what you expect.
And what's the bravest goal that you've ever set yourself?
So I study in Melbourne now, and I think because I've never really been a city person, and now I have accommodation up there as well. I've sort of moved from the Latrobe Valley to Melbourne, so it was sort of a big jump because I'm not with family up there.
Yeah, and how did you, I guess, adjust to living from the country to the city? How was that for you?
I found it sort of easy because once I knew my way around, I worked out where to go. I made friends with the people in my class, as well as where I'm staying. The staff are really nice there.
Beautiful. And I guess also obviously moving into the big city, how do you kind of stay connected and humble in the craziness of Melbourne?
So at the moment, with what's going on, I've actually come home, but when I am up there, I just stay on the phone with people. I call mum at night time and I just tell her what's going on.
There's nothing quite like calling mum up and having a bit of a rant. It's really cool. Imogen, what is a brave goal for you?
A brave goal for me is setting something that's just seems a little bit too far out of reach. But so I feel like whenever I set a goal, it's always something that I know that I can achieve. But I think a brave goal is something that you might fail at or you might not get it the first time.
And have you ever set yourself a brave goal?
I think setting myself the goal to get into Sydney Uni into speech pathology and getting a certain ATAR mark for me was quite a brave goal.
Can you share what that ATAR mark was?
I wanted to get 92 because that was the mark for speech pathology at Sydney, and I really didn't think I was ever going to get anywhere near that. But I actually passed that goal, and yeah, that was a really big moment for me.
Yeah, that's super exciting. I just wanted you to share it because I read it before, and I think we're always great at putting those barriers on ourselves to think, oh, well, I'll just get this. And, I think it's great that you set yourself that goal and then you even overstep that. So that's so amazing. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Giselle, what does brave goals mean to you?
I think a brave goal is something that you don't really know how you're going to do it, but you'll make it work. So it's kind of stepping out of what's comfortable for you and learning to become comfortable in the uncomfortable, I guess.
And can you share a time where you've stepped outside of that brave goal? Or when you set yourself a brave goal?
I think this year was definitely a big challenge for me, just leaving my family and everyone that I knew behind to move to a new city where I didn't know anyone. It was a big change for me, but it's good. Good to really grow and learn a lot.
And I guess that's just being brave, full stop. How did you, I guess, do that? Like, how did you move away from everyone and really just be comfortable with that?
I think it's just a matter of when you are by yourself and you are in a new place, you've just got to really say yes to every opportunity that comes open to you. So it's an easy way to be able to meet people, or if you say yes to one opportunity, it'll open doors to 5 other opportunities that you may never have considered. So it definitely helps just to be open and willing to involve yourself in as much as you can, although it's been a bit hard with all the restrictions. So
Yeah, it's definitely been hard to meet people and saying yes to things all the time. Thank you for sharing that. Shavinah, brave goals, what does it mean to you?
Brave goals to me means, I guess, just really working hard to achieve it, and just really getting out of that comfort zone, and like just getting over barriers and hurdles that, but yeah.
Awesome. What's a brave goal that you've set for yourself?
I guess just completing grade 12. I did struggle before I moved to Queensland, like I struggled really badly in school, and just finishing grade 12 was a brave goal for me.
Yeah, awesome. I think that for a lot of our mob, like, just getting to year 12 is
Yeah.
an achievement, and it's that brave goal. I think when I was going through school, I was like the first in my family to graduate year 12 too. So it's that
Yeah,
first
same.
big achievement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for like being on here and showing kids that even though it might be scary sometimes, you can do it and set those goals for yourself. What's a goal that you've set yourself in the music world? Because I know you're studying criminology, but you also got this like complete opposite side of like music. How does that kind of play? How do you merge the two worlds together? I've got lots of questions that are coming off the top of my head, but yeah, what's a brave
Um,
goal in your music?
Pardon?
What's a brave goal in your music career?
Just, I guess you just can't really, you can't really be shy. You can't be shame, I guess. You just have to really work for it as well. And singing and just writing songs. It's a really hard process, and I'm still getting used to it, but just keep going at it. I just keep going at it.
Deadly. Hey, we have a comment or a question coming in from the YouTube chat line. Peruls asks, what are the things you took from your time at AIME and what are you still carrying today and into the future? I'm just going to open up the floor to this one.
I'm happy to go. So for me, the whole no shame at AIME, that whole idea, I've really taken on, especially like, how do I put this? Like not being afraid to fail and not being afraid to like mess up sometimes, I think is really important, because you can't always expect to be the best at everything, or you can't always expect to succeed in everything that you do. And I think by taking on that no shame at AIME ideal, it's really made me become more resilient. So yeah.
Giselle, do you want to jump off the back of that?
Yeah, just adding on to that. Something I found a lot as well when I was in uni, I mentored through AIME too, and that's when failure time kind of came into the program, and I learned a lot from that. It's something that I really carry through with me now. Like anything, even if you do well or you don't do as well as you'd hoped, it's something to learn from. Maybe you've picked up a new skill, or you've learned where your strengths are or where your weaknesses are, and it really gives you something to work on. And it's something that it's not the end of the world if something doesn't go as planned.
Allana?
I'll sort of go with like no shame at AIM as well, because like I'm not like, when I'm around like new people, I'm sort of like closed in and all that. But like with AIM, I remember like we had like dance parties, and it's just like going out there and being ourselves, and it was really good to just do that.
Shavinah?
I guess just hearing when we would get like guest speakers, I guess, and just hearing other people's stories and them inspiring us, I guess that really helped me as well.
Yeah, that's real deadly. I think I'll jump in here too because technically I'm an AIME alumni, so I feel like I should have my say. But it was definitely that the no shame at AIME thing too. I was the like shameless little kid, and now I'm on here with all of you guys hosting. So I think that was the biggest thing for me as well. And also just yeah, like you can't grow and you can't succeed without failure. Um, so I was always so scared of being like rejected, and the word no scared the absolute shit out of me. So I think like being able to overcome that in my adult life and taking that no shame at aim thing has really helped me. I just want to talk a little bit about your degrees and I guess how you guys came to choose those because that's really really cool. Just the different things that you are doing. So, Allana, can you share your degree and I guess why you wanted to do that?
So growing up, I've like played like The Sims 4 and like interior like sort of design games, and like I redone my bedroom with a friend, and she like helped me with all these sort of stuff. But yeah, I tried to like I done with like hairdressing. I tried to do hairdressing, that didn't work. Hospitality, I sort of feel like I can go back, but I'm just glad like interior design. I've struggled with it a little bit, but I'm getting through it and I'm like enjoying it, even if it is online. So
And how did you, I guess, overcome when you realized that hairdressing wasn't your thing? Like, was it a kick to the guts? Like, what did you do? Did you just know that, all right, like this is my next option?
I had the option to do interior hairdressing in year 11 for a TAFE course with school because I did VCAL. And I thought, yeah, it's something like I'm going to have it as an option, something I'm going to do. Then I actually did work placement at a salon, and all I did was just clean and didn't really experiment much. So that was sort of just like, I don't really want to do it anymore. I'll just keep it like to myself.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I too am a big fan of Sims 4. My houses are not very creative though, so I'd love to check out some of your houses one time. Giselle, what made you choose your degree and yeah, what do you love about it?
I guess I was really passionate about going into a field where I had the opportunity to help people and to actually make a change. And I thought that law was a really great pathway to open up different doors. You could really go into whatever you want after studying law. So it was quite nice to have all those options. It definitely wasn't easy though. I'll say that the first year I hated it and I wondered what I'd done, why I studied it, if this was really what I wanted to do. But I think I just kept reminding myself that someone had believed in me enough to give me the opportunity to study law. I just really needed to start believing in myself and really take that opportunity with both hands and run with it. So I think it's good now that I've studied it. I'm really glad that I can be in a position to give our mob a voice and just really work alongside a lot of other really empowering and inspiring people. So I love it now.
That's so cool. And it's good to hear that, you know, in those times where you're like starting to doubt yourself or didn't believe in yourself, you just thought about that person. I think that's what the great thing about being a mentor is like, you know, just encouraging people and showing them that they like you believe in them. So that's cool. And I'm glad that you stuck to it and you're doing great things. Imogen.
So yeah, I'm doing speech pathology, and the reason why I wanted to do that was I have three brothers, and when we were growing up, they all had difficulties with their speech, and I was like always going to their appointments with them, and I saw how much it affected them. But then on the other side, I also saw how like happy and how important it was for them to get better. And I also just think being able to communicate and communicate effectively is such an important tool for everyone, and it has such a ripple effect in like school and life in general. So yeah, I just think will be a really fulfilling career.
Yeah, that's really cool. My brother also actually had to go to speech therapy when he was younger. So it's cool to hear how like because of your three younger brothers, that's the path you decided to take. So yeah, thank you for doing that and for sharing that with us. Shavinah, criminology? What made you want to do it?
So I grew up in a small town where like crime was sort of just not, it wasn't out of the norm crime. I guess I really just wanted to make a difference and sort of like break the cycle and change it up, very much change it up. I guess it was very, I'm very passionate about it as well. I've always been like fascinated with like crime shows and everything. And I guess I just really want to, just make the world a better place to live in.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing us again. And yeah, like I guess it takes our mob to step up and to want to do something else to change what's going on in communities. Someone's commented on the YouTube chat line and asked what advice you would give to our young mob wanting to chase a dream in the music industry.
What advice?
Yeah.
What advice? I would just say, just be yourself. Don't worry what other people are going to think about you. There's always just going to be, don't worry about that. Just really, if you want it, you have to work for it and work hard for it. So I guess just be yourself, and, anything's possible if you put your mind to it. So yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you. We have another question that's just come in, and I might shoot it to Giselle. Can you share with us a transformable? I can't really say that. Maybe Imogen can help me out. Moment or experience you recall from your time at AIME. So, what's a moment in your time at AIME that's transformed you?
I still remember this day quite significantly, actually. I used to be really shy and I hated public speaking. And then I remember one of the sessions we did, it was the session of if you were Prime Minister and you had to make a speech and do it. And I remember a program manager came up to me and said that he wanted me to read mine out loud. And I was so nervous. But after that, I did stand up in front of everyone and I read it. And I just felt really great after it, knowing that I'd actually been able to get across to everyone what I wanted to say, and that no one's really there to tear you down if you are confident enough in yourself to stand up and speak in front of everyone. So it was really empowering. And I think after that, I definitely got a lot more confidence. So it was really great.
That's so deadly. I had the same experience, except I never got up to do my speech because I was too ashamed. And I think that's when I really took on that no shame at AIME and like didn't let any other opportunity pass me. So it's crazy to see how like certain things in the program really shapes and transforms young people, because we both had such different experiences coming out of that one session. So yeah, that's really cool. Imogen, what's a transformational moment that you remember?
I don't know if it's like one specific moment in general, but I think just meeting a lot of the other Indigenous kids in my area, for me, it really helped me build like a really strong support network. And I think that was really important for me. Like later on, like I'm still really good friends with a lot of the kids I did AIME with. And yeah, I think that really helped me realize that I don't have to just rely on myself and that there's other people in the same position as me. So yeah, I think just building that support network really helped me transform into a more confident person as well.
That's amazing. I really love hearing these stories. Like, I don't know, it's crazy just hearing like everyone's experiences and just comparing it to my own. And it's really great seeing what everyone kind of gets out of the program. It's really, really cool. Before we wrap up, I just want to ask everyone one quick question. I've actually already kind of asked Shavinah, so we might not go there. But Allana, what's the one piece of advice that you'd give to a young person?
One piece of advice. Yeah, I reckon just do it. Like if you think about it, then you're just gonna convince yourself like you or like the negative stuff about it. So if you do it, then you don't really have a chance to like think about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Shavinah, any other piece of advice that you'd offer?
Don't doubt yourself. Never doubt yourself.
Giselle?
Just really use everyone around you, ask questions, use them for support, really, especially through AIME. Use your mentors, learn from their experiences. I'm sure everyone will be more than happy to go above and beyond to help you out. And that's one thing that you can carry through with you throughout your career, throughout anywhere you want to go. There's definitely everyone's there to help you. They want to see you succeed.
And Imogen?
Kind of similar to Giselle's, but just not being afraid to ask for help if you need it. If you're struggling, like there's no shame to ask for help, and yeah, we all need it.
Perfect. Hey, there's lots of questions coming in from the YouTube chat line, so I would love it if you can go and check those out and answer those, so hopefully we can inspire our young people to continue to focus on a positive post-school pathway, go to university, get employment. Thank you all for coming on today. I really enjoyed this discussion, and we will see you all tomorrow on AIME TV.